Bullet Club.
Hello and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if it's your first time with us. This is Leanne Presents. I'm Leanne, your host for this video, and I'm joined as always by Alan, my co-host. So welcome to Weathermania Sunday.
Weathermania.
Apart from it wasn't so bad today.
I think it was 2 or 3.
It's warmed up a bit in Philadelphia.
Apparently so, yeah. Apparently so.
They didn't feel the need to let us know the weather all the time. So it's WrestleMania Sunday, and this is our reactions to WrestleMania Sunday. Now we've been able to watch it. So before we go anywhere, if you haven't already watched WrestleMania Sunday, as you can imagine, this is going to be spoiler heavy. So we'd recommend you watch that first if you're planning to, and then come back. We'll put a link on the screen somewhere to our Night 1 reactions. And following that, there'll also be a link to our predictions for Night 2. So you can check that out before you see this if you want to do that. Or stay with us. It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then. So I guess a lot of the things that we would normally cover about WrestleMania, we covered in part 1, in Night 1. So you know where it is, all that stuff. WWE Network worked for us today.
Hey!
So no
good job!
Well done. You got the basic fundamentals of what your system's meant to do right. Congrats.
You got a streaming video working on a streaming platform.
Yay.
Well done. Good job. Give yourselves a Tommaso Ciampa pat on the back. I'm not going to do that because I might whack my mic. I'm not going to do that right now.
I guess one thing that we will add, on our Night 1 reactions, we did talk about how many, the weird number of drinks-based sponsors that there were, and we've got one to add to the record that was just in Night 2, Gin and Juice by Dre and Snoop, because yes, Snoop Dogg turns up. As you do.
I can't say I'm too surprised by Snoop Dogg turning up.
It's always fun. All right, so we start the show with War and Treaty singing "God Bless America." Is this okay? Cool. Don't know them. Not
You're
American.
asking the wrong person.
No. It's one of those things. It's great for Americans. They love it. I'm sure most of them do, probably not all. And we're just sat there in the UK being like,
how long is this song?
I'm sure they'll be great. And then we have Stephanie McMahon comes to the ring.
Some new music that wasn't great.
Yeah, right. It's a new thing. She comes into the ring to welcome us to WrestleMania, noting that this is the first WrestleMania of the Paul Levesque era.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. They drew attention to that specifically, but they did sort of later on in the show as well sort of mention it. So I'm interested to see like what they do, because they've already changed the then now forever together.
Yeah, there's a word for it, but I can't think what it is off the top of my head. And I had the same issue yesterday when I was trying to talk about it yesterday.
You know what we mean.
Ident. It's the ident.
Ident.
Those are the ident.
And there's sort of, it feels like a lot is changing in the landscape of WWE, which we'll get into.
I really want to sort of go into Raw, Monday Night Raw after Mania tonight, and have it all new graphics, all new song, without even hinting at it. Just boom, drop it, and it's something completely fresh.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Even like we've seen new camera angles. They did for a few matches. They did this really cool like focus thing when they were introducing the challenger and the champion.
It was the 4 big ones.
Yeah.
So the only one it happened for last night was Bayley, Becky and Rhea. And this one was, you had it for Seth and Drew, you had it for Io and Bayley, and you had it for Cody and Roman. So it was the 4 big titles.
It looked cool. I don't know how they did it. It's crazy. But they're trying new things and got a bit of a start of a new look. And we want to see how far they take it. So interested to see how it goes.
Yeah.
But anyway, shall we talk about the matches?
Yeah, let's. I mean, there's got to be wrestling on this card somewhere,
there's some
right?
wrestling. There's a lot of wrestling.
There's also a lot of filler.
But yeah, as all, it's WWE.
Welcome to Filler Mania.
Yes, exactly. All right, so our first match is for the World Heavyweight Championship. We have Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins, and we have CM Punk on commentary. It was quite fun. Like straight after Steph's bit, they go immediately into Drew's entrance, and during Drew's entrance, you could hear CM Punk on commentary, going like, "When am I getting introduced then?"
I missed that because I think I was writing something down. I was looking at something and I missed that, and I'm like, right, Drew's coming out, and they're gonna have Punk come out after Drew. What the hell is going on? But he was already sat at the desk, and they cut like literally about 5 seconds. I was like, oh, he's already there.
Because usually that special commentators would get an entrance or be introduced first, but he wasn't, which I thought was interesting.
That's hilarious.
For Drew's entrance, he's got this Scottish bagpipe band. There were other instruments as well, like the drums, as well as sort of Scottish people in kilts with swords doing the walkway, which was pretty cool. I did enjoy that.
It's like almost one was a salute, I think that is.
Yeah, it's very sort of, I guess, almost regal, not William Regal, and talking like hearkening to his heritage
Scottish
and everything,
roots, yeah.
which was nice. And then Seth's entrance was a spectacle.
It's a complete opposite end of the spectrum.
Ooh. So it was a mummers band is what they called it. I can't remember the entire title of it. They're from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
They dress in these outlandish outfits, which is very Seth. And they had accordions, and there was some saxophones, just like wild instruments, and they sounded pretty good.
It didn't sound like Seth's music though.
It was a more upbeat version. They played for a bit, and then the music actually started, and they were all just parading down to the ring and did a full circle, and then went. Any
old school sort of WWE fans who remember sort of, it must have been early to mid 2015s, or 2015s rather, I guess, will remember Adam Rose and his Rosebuds. That's what it reminded me of. Just a larger scale Adam Rose and his Rosebuds.
It was a spectacle, and that's what Seth's about at the moment. And at WrestleMania, they always like to give a space to different talents from the area they're in. So it's I wouldn't expect to have seen them on this band. Yeah, it's good. It's interesting. The match itself was great. I really enjoyed it. I felt it was well paced, and it was hard hitting without being over the top. There wasn't a lot of really exaggerated stuff going on. Very Seth and very Drew.
Yeah.
Right out of the bat, as soon as the bell rings, we get a Claymore.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Immediately.
So beautiful.
Drew, and he tries to pin, but it is too soon. But it's worth a try.
It's it reminds me, I think I mentioned it when I can't remember which Mania it was. It was Bryan Danielson or Daniel Bryan at the time. And he was doing this thing with AJ Lee, and he was sort of kissing on the outside on the ropes or whatever. And he turns around and Sheamus just boots his head in as the bell rings. And then he pins him, and it's a 6 second to 10 second, whatever it was, title match. And Sheamus wins, and it's the hell just happened? That's brilliant. And I kind of harkened back to that, which I thought was really cool. But obviously Seth kicks out.
Yes. Drew does fall into the trap of getting distracted by CM Punk. CM Punk this whole time, he's just talking rubbish, honestly.
Wait. What do you mean this whole time?
Well, his whole life, probably.
Yeah, I was going to say.
For the whole match, he's just spouting stuff, and I was not listening, because the bits I did hear, I was like, rolling.
I literally blanked out most of the commentary in this because his voice was there. Whenever I hear his voice going, I tend to blank it out.
But Drew ends up
go back to rehab, prick.
Yelling at him over the ropes, and then he gestures that he's going to do the GTS, which is CM Punk's move. Wow.
He stole it from Kenta.
Stole
it from Kenta. Didn't even ask Kenta if he could use it. He just stole it.
But unfortunately, Drew doesn't manage to get the GPS off because he stalls too much.
Yeah. You stall too much.
As many wrestlers do. Just pandering to the crowd, pandering to CM Punk too long, and it doesn't happen. The other sort of highlight that I've got is one of the many announce table stunts we get through night 2 of WrestleMania. So Seth clears both, they clear both announce tables, the Spanish one and the American one, standard one, English language. And Seth lays Drew onto the English one, and then he goes over to the Spanish one, and he just runs across both and stomps Drew into the announce table. Doesn't break.
Nope.
Fine. They need it still for the rest of the show.
Reinforced that damn thing.
That was a good moment. You got any highlights of your own?
No, I thought this was a great match. I was expecting a great match from the both of them, and they lived up to that expectation.
It's such a great way to start the night. So the finish, Drew hits yet another Claymore.
It's 2 in a row, didn't he?
And does pin Seth to win.
New champ.
Drew McIntyre, new world Heavyweight
New Scottish champ.
Mm-hmm. And they have like a really sort of emotional moment.
Yeah, you can see Drew's really sucking it in and enjoying that moment. And
Seth
he's
is on the
getting
outside.
Emotional, yeah.
You see him looking up at Drew, and you see him mouthing, "You deserve this, man."
Yeah. We're paraphrasing. There was other words which we can't say.
We can't say. It's fine.
Well, we can, but we won't.
We won't.
We shan't.
You can use your imagination. So we have Drew embracing his wife on the outside, and then he goes up to see
Pat McAfee's like, "Oh, there's a fan in the crowd. Yeah. Oh, he's kissing that woman in the front. It's his wife, you moron, idiot."
A bit weird. But then he goes and he sort of weirdly crawls over the announce table towards CM Punk. A little bit weird, but it's fine. He was doing a thing, and he's holding this belt up to CM Punk and talking trash, and CM Punk saying, "I can't hear you, I've got headphones on," just sitting there like an idiot.
Chump.
Just fine. But then, I can't remember the words Drew used. He said he was going to end CM Punk's career.
Something like that, yeah.
I think that's what, even though he couldn't hear what he was saying, that's what makes CM Punk snap and start attacking Drew. He takes off the arm brace, so indicating that he's probably cleared.
I'd imagine, or nearly there, yeah.
And he sort of puts it onto the other arm as almost a
weapon.
A weapon.
Like a gauntlet almost, yeah.
And then Damian Priest's music hits. I still really don't know how I feel about this. So I was like so invested in this moment, and out comes Damian, runs down, hands over the briefcase. I'm cashing this. Well,
no, he smacks Drew a couple of times.
He did.
He hits Drew with it first, at least twice, I think. Mm-hmm. And then he sort of hands it in. "I'm cashing it in now." And then like Samantha Irvin's like, "Cashing in his money," and it's like she was caught off guard as well.
It's great. I love her. This whole thing. She's been amazing. This whole event. So Damian manages to get Drew into the ring, hits the South of Heaven chokeslam, pins him, and wins.
Damian Priest, new World Heavyweight Champ.
So we get 2 new heavyweight champs in one night. Great.
I'm not going to lie. I was like, oh my god, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it.
Like, I'm glad Drew got his moment, because that's what he was on about. That's the real thing he was talking about in his promos. I want that moment, winning that crowd, winning in front of that crowd, because I won that title at Mania when there was nobody there.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to feel that energy and that excitement in front of that live audience, like thousands of people. He never got that. But now he did it, and he got what he actually wanted to get out of it.
Yeah.
And Priest cashing in, I thought that was fantastic. I would have been happy with Drew keeping it.
Yes.
And Priest not cashing in, but I'm also really happy that Priest cashed in.
Yeah.
And didn't get screwed over.
Yeah, definitely. It's a win-win, I suppose.
Yeah.
And it does then...
Seth doesn't need a title, that's the thing.
No, he doesn't. And it gives Drew more reason to go after CM Punk.
Yeah.
Because he
instigated it. Yeah, he instigated it.
If it wasn't for him attacking, it wouldn't have happened.
Nope.
So yeah, that was great. So Damian goes back up the ramp, and Judgment Day come out, and they're all celebrating at the top. It's a lovely moment. It's good.
Yeah. In terms of our predictions, we did predict Drew McIntyre to win.
Yeah.
Leanne did change her predictions from the predictions video during our reactions video. We both got that one correct. We didn't predict Priest to cash in, but because it wasn't really an advertised sanctioned, it was a sanctioned match, but it wasn't advertised, so we don't really count that. So our prediction was that Drew would beat Seth Rollins, and we were correct on that front.
Yeah, it doesn't count against us.
No.
All right, some filler for you. So we have an ad for a new documentary.
Yes.
For WrestleMania XL Behind the Curtain.
As they're showing it, I'm like, great, another Peacock thing we're never going to see in the UK.
No, it's going to be on YouTube.
Ooh. But it's about this WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Usually it's a year later, because we haven't had a documentary about last year's WrestleMania.
No. But yeah, it's sort of focusing on the 2 main events, I guess, how they came about.
The building up, yeah.
Particularly after the card was set and then things had to change. So yeah, that could be really interesting. And then we have a Snickers ad with the New Day playing Scrabble, which was fun.
Yeah.
And then we get our next match.
Yep.
The 6-man Philadelphia street fight.
Yep.
The Pride versus the Testament.
Final Testament.
Final Testament. I got that wrong. My apologies.
It's just the Testament.
It's all the Testament.
It's just the Pride in the ring with a book being thrown around them. like the Old Testament's just being lobbed at their face. Or is it New Testament or whatever the hell? I don't know. I'm not religious. I don't know.
The Final Testament. So yeah, we got this match next. and we have some special guests. On commentary, we have Snoop Dogg,
Yes.
which is interesting. And what we weren't expecting, a special guest referee, Bubba Ray Dudley.
I still don't know how to feel about this because his outside of WWE, he's known as Bully Ray, and he just rips on AEW for no reason. He thinks he can do better, then why doesn't he have his own company and isn't he running it, and why isn't he successful?
That's a good point.
You know, it's like Eric Bischoff or even Booker T. Booker T does it as well. Oh, AEW's nothing, blah, 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 blah. And the thing is, right, all the WWE marks kind of listen to these guys, and the same thing happened back in, I think it was 2002, when TNA started, right? TNA started, and they were like, flash in the pan, it won't be around in 5 years. 22 years later, they're still in business, and WWE is partnering with them to do like crossovers and whatnot.
Yeah, don't put people down.
Wrestling is wrestling. Like Pat McAfee's throwing shade about attendance, but they packed out shows. Like, just stop. We need to just stop this BS. Like, if you like wrestling, you like wrestling. And it's not just WWE. It's the AEW fans with the same WWE. Like, we've been quite vocal about WWE because we want to enjoy the product. And we do feel that in places it does need to improve. And it is definitely getting there. Oh, yeah. When Vince came back, it took a massive nosedive back into the ground. But now we're starting to clamber back up again.
Now we're in the Paul Levesque era.
With this new era. Yeah, exactly. And like, we love AEW. AEW is our preference right now. Do we still watch WWE? Yes. Do we still enjoy watching WWE? Most of the time.
Most of the time.
There is times where we're like, oh my God, this is awful. But there's also times like that in AEW. We're watching it and going, why are they doing this with these guys, you know? So if you like wrestling, stop bitching about the competition.
Yeah, just enjoy it and let people enjoy what they enjoy.
Yeah. If
apart from if it's Logan Paul.
Yeah. Like Will Ospreay going to AEW, not going to WWE. People are so butthurt over that. And then Triple H throwing shit, well, if they want a part-time schedule and they don't belong in WWE.
Fine.
It's nothing to do with that. It's about
whatever.
Getting a schedule that fits in with their family life, which WWE really doesn't have.
No. So if they don't want it, they're not going to go to WWE.
Exactly.
Fine.
The wrestling industry has destroyed innumerable relationships over the years. Not just the last 10, the last like 50, 60, whatever it is, because of all the travel. Some guys, some girls want to be with their families. You know, they can't all afford to get a tour bus like Cody Rhodes and bring their family with them, or Seth Rollins and Becky, you know? So I just wanted to punch that in there. So just if you like wrestling, just enjoy wrestling and stop bitching about everything. Honestly, it's pathetic. It's pathetic.
Yeah, leave that to us, bitching about people, bitching
we
about
do it from a standpoint of fact, though. That's the thing. It's not, Will Ospreay, he's not good enough for WWE because he wants a part-time schedule. Well, no, it's nothing to do with that at all. You watch his in-ring stuff, nobody can touch him right now.
Yeah.
He is so damn good.
We try and be objective.
I would love down the line for Triple H to be like, let's have a little chat with AEW and see if we can't break open this forbidden door. And then we'll get Will Ospreay versus Seth Rollins. Yes. Oh my God.
That'd be so good.
Will Ospreay versus AJ Styles. Oh my God. Like, I'd love it. Anyway, tangent.
All right, back to the match.
Tangent.
I love a tangent. Okie dokie. So this is a street fight. This thing looks wild.
Oh, yeah.
But weirdly, less wild than I expected a street fight to be. It was sort of wild in a different way.
Yeah. It started off nuts, and then it kind of tamed itself down a bit.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg on commentary. I don't know what I was listening to.
That guy was as high as a kite.
I mean...
Like, Jesus.
I tuned out
There's planes lower than him right now.
I tuned out of the last match commentary because CM Punk. I tuned out of this one because I was just like, I'd rather have my own commentary in my head right now. Sorry, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, like we're not rap fans or hip hop or whatever it is that he does.
Total respect for him.
Yeah, we don't like the paraphernalia. We're not drug people. We're not alcohol. We drink alcohol. We don't do drunk. I don't do drunk. Leanne sometimes gets tipsy and that, but like we don't overly indulge in anything except maybe snacks.
Snacks, chocolate, crisps. I'm
just gonna suck my stomach in a little bit.
Anyway,
but like we've got a lot of respect for Snoop Dogg, and like especially when I think we talked about it. Oh no, we didn't. It was when we were watching it when he got in the ring with Shane McMahon when he blew out his quads, and then he jumped in the ring.
There's a cat.
Hi, cat. And then he started facing the Miz, and he was doing all these moves. And I was like, holy this is great. You know. And I got a lot of respect for that sense, but we don't like his music and we don't like his paraphernalia stuff. But yeah, and we've got respect for him. Just because we don't like those aspects of it doesn't mean we don't like the guy.
But I couldn't follow what he was talking about.
Oh, hell no. No.
Bubba Ray as a referee, I didn't really enjoy that either.
No.
So there was a pin attempt that he just didn't see happening. So it was like 3 seconds before he even got to the floor, which is a bit meh. But then that pin got broken up by B-Fab.
Yep.
Who then was attacked by Scarlett with a trash can. So that was fun. We got some good street fight stuff. Yeah, it all came from Bubba Ray not seeing that there was a pin happening. Like, oh,
yeah,
no.
that was a bit weird.
And then it got very clear that he was on one side of this match. He was definitely with the Pride.
I almost felt like that I was watching the Rock, Roman, Seth, Cody match from last night with the referee.
Yeah, he was definitely one-sided.
Like Bobby Lashley's handing Bubba Ray like $100 bills. Like,
I mean, to the point where he was sort of helping the team set up a move. I think it was something from his own tag team.
Yeah. It's when Devon would go to the top and Bubba would have the legs open. They would do, I don't know what they call it. It's like the what's up drop, I guess. They go, what's up? And then Devon would just headbutt him in the nuts, basically.
Yeah, so he's like playing along with that. And
so yeah, because I think Street Profits had one leg each, and they're like, wider.
So it was Bobby. No, it wasn't Bobby.
Oh yeah, it was Bobby and Dawkins, and then Ford. No, other way around. Ford had the leg. I think it was Angela that went up top.
I think so. So that was interesting. And then they do the calling for the tables thing, which was what.
It's like Bully, like I keep calling him Bully Ray. Bubba Ray hits Bobby. It's like Bobby. Bobby turns around. He's like Angelo. Angelo turns around like Montez. He's like 1, 2, 3. Get the table.
And this leads to probably one of the worst table botches I've ever seen.
Matthew is just smiling so hard at this. So he's like, I got some footage.
They get a table out, and you got Bobby and one of the Street Profits bringing it into the ring and setting it up.
I want to say it was Dawkins, because it was Ford that does the one from the top.
I think so. They set up this table, and they hoist Karrion Kross onto it. But the side Bobby was putting up just collapses. But it doesn't just, like, the leg doesn't just go, which sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
The table snaps in half.
Because the other leg was sturdy. Because one wasn't and the other one is. The weight of centrifugal force with Carrier just...
so they have to sort of...
Physics.
Put it together until they can get a new table out. It's like, oh my goodness.
I like the way... I do
table.
like the way, like, I think it was Angelo. He's just like, new table. He just literally dives out the ring to look for a new table. It's like, okay, he's compensating.
Oh, terrible. But yeah, the new table works.
Can't imagine this one goes as well.
So Kross is put onto it. This leads into the finish. If you've got anything you want to say before that.
I thought it was fun. Yeah, plenty of chaos, but I feel it could have been more.
Yes.
I feel it was lacking for a street fight. I felt it was a bit lacking.
Yeah, I agree. The focus was very much on Bubba Ray Dudley.
Didn't like
which
I get it. Philadelphia, ECW, I get that. But
if he'd been announced in advance for this match, then maybe. But we weren't expecting it. Ow!
Rag, stop it!
He's biting me.
Off you go. Off you go.
No.
Off you go.
Go on. Shoot.
Right, if he lays down there, he's
fine.
Yeah.
He'll just block part of the camera.
Yeah, he's good.
So yeah. So we got Karrion Kross on the table.
I thought you said Karen Cross then.
Karrion Kross. Montez goes up to the top turnbuckle and hits a frog splash.
Yeah.
He is one of the best.
He's like in the heavens. He's jumped so high. It's like...
It's a beauty of a frog splash.
Is he coming down yet?
Through the table. And Bobby's the one then who goes for the pin. And
I feel Montez did the work. Montez should have got the pin.
A little bit. Bobby's in charge though.
Yeah.
Good old Bobby Lashley. So
I like Bobby Lashley, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he's great.
I do feel the Final Testament should have won this, though.
Yeah, they didn't get much of a look in, to be honest. But the Pride wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of predictions, we did get that one incorrect. We expected Final Testament to win this.
I
felt it would have lent more into their wheelhouse. Like, I remember when Authors of Pain, I talked about this, I don't think you ever saw Authors of Pain in NXT. When they debuted, they were monsters. They were absolute animals.
Yeah.
Nobody could touch them.
Yeah.
They were literally like Hulk.
Mm-hmm. I feel a bit like Scarlett probably did more in the match than they did.
Yeah. Well, they did. Oh, they did that. I can't remember what Dawkins did, but he was holding the Prophet outside, and then all of a sudden Montez just dives over the ring post.
He like leapfrogged it.
Yeah, and it's not even like he's on the top. He's going from a run, jumps straight over all the ropes, clears the turn post, and does like a... Oh my God, that was nuts.
Madness.
Just great. Like, imagine that in 3D. You're just like, oh, Jesus, you know?
Yeah, it was.
It was fun. It was, but I feel it could have been more.
Yeah, it's not as street fighty as we wanted.
No. I mean, one of the I think it was Razor did break that kendo stick completely.
Oh yeah, it shredded.
He ended with just the handle, and he was like,
because it broke like the end he wasn't holding broke off, but he kept going.
Yeah.
He kept using it. He didn't go for a new one. Oh man, it was shredded in tiny pieces.
That was good.
Yes. Filler time. We see Logan Paul doing push-ups. We have a recap of night 1's main event.
Yep.
Just in case we forgot what we watched less than 24 hours ago.
Yep.
Then they have a very short interview backstage with Paul Heyman, where he's being asked what the Bloodline rules means. And he basically says, well, it's whatever the Bloodline wants it to be.
Yep.
Which is about right. We have an ad for 2K24 and an ad for Slim Jims, because the next match is LA Knight versus AJ Styles. LA Knight arrives to the arena in a Slim Jim car.
Yeah, as expected.
As expected. And you could hear him saying something about, I got stuff to give away.
Yeah, it's just sweepstakes or giveaway or something, yeah.
So then he gets to the ring, walks. He doesn't drive to the ring, which is fine. More about
we'll
that
get that after, yeah.
And he goes to this one corner by the ring steps, and there's all these people in Slim Jim clothes, and they've got like stuff they're waving about. And he's like, these are the sweepstakes winners. And there's this like middle-aged lady just there with these car keys.
He hands her the car key, yeah.
With the Slim Jim keychain on them. And he's like, she's won the car, and she's just there like.
Like I'm not a car nut, but I think that was a Mustang.
It's a good car.
And it's like, I don't imagine this woman driving this car. Like,
the thing in my mind though is it's plastered in Slim Jim stuff. I wouldn't want to drive that car.
First place she's going is the garage to get that car off.
Yeah,
right?
get it
Just
off.
Spray paint it.
New paint job. But yeah, well done her.
Yeah, well done. Hard to win anything these days.
Yeah, it's very true. AJ comes out with new music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
mid.
Alright. It's alright if you like that kind of thing.
Honestly, I don't like his old music. His phenomenal. I prefer his TNA stuff. His TNA music was much better.
Yeah.
But then that's more my style, so.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's all genre based, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then we get into the match.
Sorry, I'm just looking at Damian Priest.
It's like throughout the whole show, you're like, Damian Priest.
I know, I can't believe Damian Priest just won the title. I'm glad they're pulling the trigger on him. I really am.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm so happy for him.
So, LA Knight and AJ don't waste any time.
Oh, no.
Before the bell even rings, they start going at each other. This is a really good, solid match from both of these guys. Not much, like, super highlighty or not, like, majorly standing out, but it was just really good. There
was a top rope German that LA Knight, I think, pulled. It was LA Knight that was like, oh my god.
That was really good.
And there was the springboard 450 that AJ Styles goes for and like gets the knees up, and it's like, oh, that looked painful.
Yeah, so LA Knight pulls up the pads from the outside of the ring at one point.
He who sets it up.
Yeah, he takes it. Ouch. There was a weird moment, like the crowd seemed to be chanting something.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like... We all know the usual chants, and it just didn't feel like that. And it sounded a bit like they were saying, I can't see. So I think there might have been an issue with screens, but I don't know.
I didn't see anything having a quick scuttle over on my usual sites, but it doesning mean there wasn't something posted yet. But...
And there were later in the match, I did notice the screen's definitely on, so it might have just been a blip, which is fine. But whenever I hear things, I'm like, I can't quite make that out. I'm always distracted by trying to figure out what everyone's saying. So that's a me problem. Do you have any notes you want to say?
I felt this was absolutely high octane. They didn't stop. It was just full. Like, how fast can we go? Yes.
Yeah.
How hard can we go? Yes.
More.
That was pretty much it, and I loved it. I thought it was great. Absolutely amazing match. One might even say it was phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Yeah. Then we get to the finish. AJ gets hung up on the ropes by LA Knight. And then Knight hits an BFT.
Yeah.
And pins AJ for the win.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a WrestleMania moment. LA Knight deserves this. The crowd are all on his side.
Yeah. First WrestleMania win.
Sorry. All right. Filler. You know it.
Not perfect.
So we have an ad for the WWE shop, standard. Then we have a sort of ad for the next Saudi Arabia show, and they highlight that they are doing SmackDown in Saudi Arabia the day before King and Queen of the Ring.
First time they're doing the SmackDown before in Saudi.
Yeah. So that's really interesting. And that's on the 24th and the 25th of May.
Uh-oh. Carry on.
Gotta check some dates. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It'll be interesting. It's always better, I feel like, to have SmackDown live rather than pre-taped so that they can fly. And there's pros and cons to both, but it'll be interesting. Then we sort of have
What did you say the date was?
The 24th and 25th of May. Does it clash with AEW?
AEW is the 26th.
Oh no! Oh no! That's gonna be a busy time.
Double or nothing.
Ooh! Wow. You can look forward to that chaos. So we break up the filler a little bit by having the Hall of Fame recap and procession. I've written it down as.
Yeah.
So yeah, they show highlights from the Hall of Fame show, and then the class come out, stand in the stars on the ground, and everyone claps, and it's a nice time.
Everyone has a good time.
And then we resume the filler with the standard sort of video package of the community work that the wrestlers do in the lead up to these events. So lots of stuff they've done in Philadelphia with the kids, which was great. Then there's a Snickers ad with the Miz. It's the same one they showed on night one. That's okay. It was a funny one. I liked it. Then we have another ad.
Maybe you need a Snickers.
I've had 2 already. Not sponsored. Then they show the ad again for Bray Wyatt becoming immortal. Yeah. And the standard thanks to the weekend for the music that they have. Yes, shirt is a good shirt.
New shirt.
Okay, and we go on to our next match. So this is a triple threat match for the United States Championship, and we have Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. Logan Paul has his entrance first, and he's on a big Prime truck, I suppose.
It's a big truck.
It's a big truck. It's got Prime logos on it and a big Prime cannon on the back. And he sort of fires it, and pyro goes off.
Looked awful.
Yeah, fine, cool.
Literally looked like ass.
And the battle mascot's there. So we're just already thinking, well, he's getting involved. Wonder who it is this time. But yeah, they go down to the ring. And then we have Kevin Owens. We see him backstage, and he's walking towards the
gorilla position. The entrance. Yeah.
And Sami Zayn is there, and he's got his belt that he won on night one. Spoilers. And he sort of title. Sorry, getting cancelled. And he sort of mirrors what Kevin Owens did for him the night before. Sort of slaps him on the chest and goes, "It's your turn now."
Yeah.
It's a moment. I love it. So Kevin Owens starts coming down, but he spots the truck, looks around a bit, like, what is he thinking? And then he heads back.
I was like, please tell me he's going to wreck that stupid thing.
He goes back out the entrance and comes back in a golf cart with a bit of paper taped on the front saying KO, with a smiley face in the O, which is great. And starts driving down the ramp, and it gets about halfway down. And he just stops there and is like soaking it in. And then Randy Orton's music hits. So Randy Orton starts coming out. And
I think
Kevin
he's pretty
Owens,
close to the bottom, actually.
No, is he near the bottom?
Yeah,
it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
And KO starts reversing back up the ramp. He moves over a bit in his seat, reverses back up, and then sort of gestures for Randy Orton to get in.
Randy's like, whoa, I'm going to get run over.
So Randy Orton gets on the back. There's like a handle so you can stand on the back thingy. And off they go, and Randy Orton's telling Kevin to slow down.
It looks like Orton's just going to, whoa!
But yeah, that's a nice moment. And then the match starts. And then the bell rings.
Ding ding.
Logan Paul, as we could probably predict, immediately rolls out of the ring with the intention that Kevin and Randy will go at each other. But instead, they roll out as well and attack him first.
Idiot. What do you think was going to happen, moron?
I know. So that they sort of team up against him for quite a while. Well, not very long, I guess.
No, it was a good, like, at least 5 minutes, maybe 8.
Quite a long time, really, to have an alliance in a triple threat match. Yeah.
And I did say, I harkened back saying about New Japan. I said that's probably what they're going to try and do, and that's kind of what they did.
Yeah. So then they end up both going for the pin on Logan Paul at the same time. And then they look at each other and like, let's not do this now.
Yeah.
So
let's just keep beating this little
keep
rat.
going. But Randy Orton.
He's a viper. Yeah.
He goes for the RKO. Owen stops him. And then like, well, I guess we're doing this now.
You kind of see him just stood there, and then he slowly turns around. And he's like,
yeah. And then they attack each other. Then it's every man for himself from that point on, really.
Yeah.
There's a couple of team up moves here and there. But
yeah, nothing major after that.
Yeah, it's mostly a regular triple threat match, which is normally fine, but I was happy with them being up Logan Paul myself. It was fine. We had some Gatorade chants, which did make my day a little bit.
That's hilarious.
Leanne's
chant of the PLE, Gatorade.
Brilliant. Some other fun moments. Randy Orton doing a double draping DDT. So we've got both Logan Paul and Kevin Owens on the outside and hits them both with the move at the same time, which is great fun. Then, of course, Logan Paul gets the brass knucks out. As expected. I mean, it's no DQ.
It seems skulking in the background. It's like, oh, he's got
just
the
lurking.
knucks.
You could see him peeking over the ring.
Because he went towards that prime bottle guy, and then you could see he kind of pokes his head up in the background. It's like, oh, here he comes.
Yes. So he does hit Randy Orton with it. But
Orton tries to get off him first, and then
he gets hit with it. But it still kicks out. Orton still kicks out, which is, I think, the first time someone's kicked out after getting hit with it.
Yeah. What's Randy Orton?
Yeah, Randy Orton. Randy Orton a bit later goes for the punt kick, which we haven't seen for a long
that got banned.
But it doesn't happen because the prime bottle pulls Logan Paul out and then reveals himself as ISO Speed.
Cool.
Apparently he's a streamer.
What?
I'm not up to date with streamers
at
all, but I don't know who this guy is.
What?
It's fine. But then this ISO Speed guy makes the biggest mistake of his life and is mouthing off at Randy Orton.
What else does he do, Leanne? He barks at Randy Orton.
Oh yeah, he did. I think it must be his thing. I don't know.
Whoa. So it's like a chihuahua and a rattlesnake. Which one's gonna win?
No. So yeah.
It ain't the chihuahua.
ISO Speed takes an RKO on the announce table, which doesn't break.
No.
Still reinforced.
Yes.
Beautiful. All right. Do you have anything you want to go into before we get to the finish?
Logan Paul had trouble keeping his balance with some of his over-the-top rope stuff.
Yes.
Which made some of the moves look janky.
Yeah.
But then people, all the Logan Paul fans were like, "Oh no, he's great. He recovered his balance." Well, he shouldn't have lost his balance in the first place. So you know, he could have injured someone by doing that. I mean, it's a good match, but mainly with Kevin Owens and Randy Orton going at it, because that was the highlights.
Such great chemistry, both working together and against each other.
Yeah. They do need to stop with the outside interference crap. I'm getting really bored of that.
I mean, as soon as we see that bottle in the entrance, it's like, oh, all right.
It's always A-Town Down Under. It's always the prime bottle. It's always the Nux. Oh, I'm the best US champion ever. Prove it. Prove it. Win a match without cheating. Prove it. You can't, because you won't. Job done. Carry on.
Randy Orton hits Kevin Owens with an RKO, which was in counter to a pop-up power bomb.
Yes, that was really cool.
Really cool.
Like, how the hell did Orton twist his weight around in midair like that?
I know. I really want to just watch that bit on slow motion just to see what happened and how he did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great moment. But Logan Paul manages to get Randy Orton out of the ring. He hits a weird-looking frog splash on Kevin Owens. His legs were everywhere. Crazy. And pins him to win and retain.
Yeah. Did I do the prediction results for LA Knight and AJ Styles? I can't remember. We got that one correct. We both predicted LA Knight. I don't think I did. In this case, Leanne predicted Kevin Owens to win. I predicted the scumbag to retain. Unfortunately, I get this one correct.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
We can dream.
Everyone gets this is what I want to see pick.
I probably had a couple on this night, to be honest. Okay. More filler, just a little bit. We had an ad for a new Peacock series, Those About to Die.
Yeah, that's really piqued my interest. That one.
Nothing.
I love my
not wrestling related at all.
I love my Roman history and my all of the kind of history stuff. Yeah.
And then an ad, introducing the MLB Legacy titles, even though they've been introduced for months and months.
I think it's been a year, you know?
It's been a year. So yeah, they're introducing them, which is great. And then we get onto the next match.
Do we have a weather report yet by this point?
Oh, I can't remember now. I didn't.
WEATHERMANIA! Sorry.
I think there was only like one update to the weather in this show after they did one at the start, and I think before the main event. I think. Oh,
the temperature's dropped. Nobody cares.
It's getting a bit chilly in Philly. Okay, all right.
Everyone watching this is sat in their homes, like, oh yeah, I don't give a shit. You know,
I'm nice and warm in my house. Thank you. All right, so this next match is for the WWE Women's Championship. We have Bayley versus Io Sky. Bayley has a pretty cool Egyptian theme entrance.
Yeah.
She's on the shoulders of, I think it's an Anubis mask.
I was taking a bathroom break at this point, so I didn't see it fully, but you're probably right. It's usually Anubis that they use.
Don't at me if it's wrong.
They should have had a different one for each. Anubis.
That'd been cool.
All the different sort of.
Yeah, so they like carry her a little bit and then put her down and then bow, which is pretty cool. And her outfit was very Egyptian themed. She had pyramids shaved into her hair. So yeah, pretty cool.
She must be a big Egyptian, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Io Sky's entrance was normal. It's fine. Not everyone needs a special entrance.
Nope.
So highlights for me are the Hey Bayley song. It just makes me feel
the
at
Brits
home.
representing, right? It's gotta be.
You don't hear it when it's a Raw or a SmackDown. It's only when it's the big event.
You don't hear it when it's PLE either, unless it's in Britain.
So it was really nice to hear it. So it just took me right back to Clash of the Castle.
She smirked so hard at that. It was great.
You could see her smile. So good. So throughout this match, Bayley's knee causes problems, so it's being targeted by Io.
That's what she had repaired.
Yeah.
That's what she was out for like over a year for.
So it's being used against her. I quite enjoyed when Bayley tried to hit the rose plant on Io Sky.
Oh, that
sort of did hit it, but Io just rolls through and stands up and like.
It's almost like instead of sort of hitting face first, she just kind of tucked and went whoop, straight back on her feet, and I'm just like, what just happened?
This was an excellent match.
Oh, it was superb.
The back and forth between them was great. The counters.
Not to take anything away from Becky and Rhea on night one, but this was the best women's match of WrestleMania. I
would definitely agree. You could just tell how well they knew each other. They worked it into the story of it. There are no botches. Not that I could see anyways. I don't know. Sometimes there are, but you don't know.
I think Io did make a little slip at one point. But the commentators mentioned it, but she recovered so quick.
Yeah.
And it made it look like she just kind of had a little trip and then carried on. It was like, all right, cool.
Things happen. But all the things we say about the women's division not being where it should be, this really gave me hope, honestly.
This is where it should be at.
Yeah.
At
these
this
women
level.
have such talent. If you just give them the freedom to use it, they can do great things. Do you have anything specific before the finish?
Nope. Just I thought it was great. It was hard hitting. It was super quick. There was no sort of down periods. There wasn't any slow moments in this. I felt it was just not constant, but it was just really well paced. It was like constant flow to it. It wasn't like here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. It was just like up and finish.
And there wasn't any interference by the rest of Damage Control, which I think lent to that.
Yeah.
It just gave them that opportunity to make it just a great match without having to worry about those fiddly bits. So coming to the finish then, Bayley hits, I think it's a flying elbow off the turnbuckle.
Yeah, it's homage to Randy Savage.
Yeah, which is very cool. And she followed it up with a rose plant, which doesn't roll out of.
She hits smack.
And she pins Io for the win. So Bayley is the new WWE Women's Champion.
2 title changes so far.
I am all here for it.
2 title changes.
The crowd is so much on Bayley's side.
Yeah.
It was lovely. I know like the whole Damage Control is a bit like, oh, she was the bad guy. But she's not anymore.
Nope. In terms of predictions, you predicted Io Sky to retain. I predicted Bayley to win. So I got that one correct, and you did not.
I'm quite glad I was wrong on that one.
Yeah.
I think either way could have worked, but the way that the story played out and the match played out, I think that was the best outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we have some more filler. And for the WWE live shows coming up.
Yeah.
And then an ad for the next pay-per-view premium live event.
Even though the disclaimer at the beginning of the show does say pay-per-view.
It does, so I don't feel so bad.
I want Triple H to just go, screw this premium live event crap. Let's go back to pay-per-view.
It's just easier to say. So it's Payback, which is taking place in Leanne, France.
Yep.
On the 4th of May. That's coming up pretty soon. I think it's like
3 weeks, I think they said.
Crazy.
It's going to be May in 3 weeks. What's going on with
that? Oh, my goodness. This year's flying by. Then we have the classic sweep of celebrities in the audience.
No, it's not. They got it wrong.
Oh, it's 4 weeks. 4 weeks still. That's not bad.
I think that was Corey.
It's fine.
Whoops. Yeah. So, yeah.
We see all the celebs in the crowd. It's fine. Some of them are the same ones. No worries.
Yep.
And then we go to the ring where the Philadelphia Eagles cheerleaders are there. And also Snoop Dogg.
Yay, more football.
And Snoop Dogg also.
If I wanted to watch football, I'd watch football.
So I was expecting them to, like, do a cheer
like the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders did 2 years ago.
But they just...
I like the Snoop Dogg's hiding behind them, yet all the crowd could see him.
Yeah.
Like...
just the hard cam that can't.
What?
And they do the attendance record, which for night 2 is 72,755. And then they have the cheek to give the 2 nights total, which is 145,298, even though most of the people in night 2 were the same people as night 1. And you could tell because the signs were the same.
And you could see a lot of the same people, like the green shirt guy and we're assuming his brother, for example.
Even half the celebrities.
The referee wearing shirt guy.
So, you know, I mean...
A referee shirt wearing guy, rather.
You could argue this number is probably correct, but it doesn't actually mean
it's
what they're trying to say.
Yeah, it's not individual attendance.
Yes, so... yeah, it's fine. It's just numbers, but I just wish they would just... not use numbers that don't make sense.
Or just stop using numbers.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Say it's a sellout show if you want, that's fine. But
TV ratings don't matter these days because of the way streaming services changed everything. So stop putting an emphasis on attendance numbers. Yep. Is it sold out? Yes. Great. Awesome. Say that. Don't say 72,000 blah, 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 100 blah, 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 over 2 nights, blah, blah, blah. Don't say that. Just stop it. And AEW needs to do the same.
Yeah.
I don't like it when they did, well, like, in All In, that was a record-breaking attendance, but it's like, well, you kind of shot yourself in the foot there because you sold that amount of tickets, but there's not that amount of people there.
Yeah, that's the trouble. You give the numbers and people can start...
Yeah, so you've kind of shot yourself in the foot there, so you need to stop doing that straight off the bat.
Yep.
Just stop.
What we're not going to stop is the best segment of the show.
Nice. Nice segue.
Oh, no, hang on. My post-its... my highly qualityed...
Highly quality arts production.
It's time for Leanne Signs of the PLE. Leanne Signs of the PLE. Play. So as I did say just now, a lot of the signs are the same. So I wasn't expecting to get anything good until the main event, which we'll get to in a minute. But I don't know where people were hiding. It's
time.
Nope. It's not time. Nearly.
My bad, dog.
All right. So yeah, there were some good ones that people had just been hiding apparently. So in third place, not main event related.
I get the feeling, right, that people saw our night 1 reactions in the hotel and they're like, we've got to get to that sign making station.
We can dream.
Leanne is counting on us.
Yes, I am. Some of the signs are terrible, but anyways, I say this all the time. Okay, third place, DM Hunk. We've seen it before, but it was still slim pickings.
Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
Yeah, get it.
DM Hunk.
Yeah, I just put it together. I just put it together, yeah.
When I first saw it, I had the same reaction, and I was like, oh wait, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Second place, the Pebble.
Do you smell what the Pebble is cooking?
Just a little tiny frying pan. And in first place... Kiss my tribal cheeks. Well done, you. Whoever signed that was.
You get the exclusive. Leanne Signs of the PLE, no prize.
No prize. I could do a thing, right, where if the person who has the sign is watching and they can send proof that they had that sign and it was 100% there, so it was on TV, I could send them something or like a little medal.
Oh. Let's
Just
make it happen,
make
viewers.
It
make
it
happen.
If the person who had the Kiss My Tribal Cheeks sign is watching, I will send you something if you can prove that was you.
Do it.
I don't know.
Let's get the word out. Hit up all the socials. Let's just do it. Let's make this happen, guys. Let's make this happen, okay?
All right then. And that was Leanne signs of the PLE. Leanne signs of the PLE. Okay.
Ow.
Sounds going to take more damage.
My foot just took some damage.
Oh no. it's the paper clips in it, a sharp.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready?
Yep. It's time for the main event. Do you like the way I can write and say that at the same time? Multitasking.
So this is the Bloodline rules match for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship.
Dear God, please change that name.
Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. They might change the name now that they're in a new era.
Maybe.
We shall see.
Maybe.
All right. Cody's entrance. He's got his riser. He had it last night. That's fine. But he also has this really cool skull mask thing. Sort of, I don't know if it was meant to be this like American Nightmare logo thing.
I think so, yeah. But it kind of to me looked like the Statue of Liberty as a skull because it had the spikes.
Yes. So it looked really cool. And Brandy Rhodes is there as well, his wife, and he sort of presents this mask to her to look after. There's a nice moment. He gets to the ring and like, oh, they're putting chairs out on the stage while he's coming into the ring. What is this?
And the music's going on and on.
It does go on.
And on.
And then...
And on.
And on. Roman's entrance. He's got a whole orchestra. There's loads of them. He's got just like a little choir singing, doing the ahs. I don't know the tune. Can we cut that out?
Wow, no, that sounded like a tribal queef.
Yeah, full orchestra. They had strings and woodwind and all sorts playing into the ring. So it was pretty cool.
It sounded more authentic than Seth Rollins did earlier.
It did.
Just saying.
It's all good. So, this match was great. Let's go through some stuff.
Go on.
So, fun moment. Cody gets a table out. It's Bloodline rules. Anything goes. He gets the table out.
It's literally in the first couple of minutes as well.
So soon. Roman attacks him and then puts the table back into the ring. He's done this before. We know it gets heat. It's a good move. No one else. I don't think I've seen anyone else do it. Just Roman. So it's sort of a thing. Great. Keep doing it. It's fun. Look at me giving tips to Roman Reigns. Keep doing what you're doing. Maybe. We get some swears on commentary. Pat McAfee says the S word.
Yeah, and then everything goes deadly quiet, and it's like, oh, he's getting shouted at. You can just you can see in the background in the frame that Corey Graves and Michael Cole are just like watching the monitor, and they're not saying anything, and it's like
you've definitely got Triple H just yelling in the headset. Roman Reigns uses the crossroads.
Dirty git.
Dirty boy.
Dirty boy.
It's like so clearly an insult. There's some moves that anyone can use.
Is it because his own moves are so basic? A Superman punch and a spear.
Wow.
Jesus, Goldberg called, asked for his moves back.
Okay. Cody has Roman in the ready for a Cody cutter. And out comes Jimmy Uso out of nowhere with a super kick.
I'm guessing he was under the ring.
So I should mention, this is like quite a way through. So they've probably been going like
maybe
20 minutes, I was going to say. Yeah. So they've had like a really solid match. So like to start with, there's not a lot of implements.
No.
They have a kendo stick at one point, but it's sort of, they try to use it, it doesn't end up getting used, it gets thrown away, and the table going back under the ring. So it's pretty much a standard match for the most part. They do go out into the crowd a little bit.
Cody chucks Roman into the stairs.
Yes.
Just after the table gets put back, and he's like, he's going to put the steps back next? It's like, Roman Reigns, if he loses this match, is going to start his own furniture moving company.
A giant prime bottle, not the one with the person inside, does get used.
He tips over the entire thing then. Someone tips over the entire hydration station.
So there's a bit, but not like not even to the level of the small amount that was in the street fight earlier. It's fine. So yeah, then Jay's interfering about 20 minutes in. And like, oh, right, cool. We finally get some interference that we've been expecting. So after this super kick, Roman hits a Superman punch to Cody, and then Jay's music hits. So he starts coming down, but Jimmy's already running up there, and they have a bit of a, they don't even get to have a fight at the top of the ramp.
There's a little bit of a scuffle.
I think Jimmy spears
Jay.
No,
Jay spears Jimmy.
Jay
so there's a little bit of a scuffle, and then Jimmy's kind of further up the ramp, and then Jay runs up the ramp and spears him off the ramp through tables.
It didn't look like there was much padding down there.
There was 2 tables, and it looked like they might have overshot one of them at least.
Yeah, that looks painful, and we don't see much of them anymore.
Does he any? Well, yeah, I'm gonna get ahead of myself if I say that.
So then Cody has Roman ready to do a crossroads. Another one?
I think he hits one and he stands up and he's going for the second one.
So, third one.
Oh, was it third, was it?
He's done 2.
Yeah.
He's about to go for the third, but this is like the furthest he's got into doing 3 crossroads. So he starts looking around.
Yeah, you can see him kind of like... And then next thing you know...
Yeah, Solo Sikoa straight in with a Samoan spike.
Yeah.
Right to the throat.
Giggity.
Yeah. Roman is like down and out. Cody's now down and out. So Solo grabs Roman, drapes him over Cody for the pin. Cody kicks out.
I'm assuming that because Solo took so long dragging Roman's carcass, I'm going to call it. I mean, he was out of it. He was dead weight. He was a carcass at that point. So he's kind of taken so long to drag him over to where Cody is.
Gives Cody enough time to recover. But they have a bit more of a scuffle. Cody kicks out a second time from something, and Solo is really frustrated. He's like punching the ropes and all this. And then someone else's music hits. John Cena comes out. Just like, attacks Solo Sikoa.
Like, what the hell?
What is happening right now?
I expected Seth at that point.
Yes. So Cena puts Solo through the Spanish announce table.
Yep.
And
well,
then...
he hits an AA in the ring first, I think, and then he rolls out, and then he hits him with another one through the table.
Yeah, and try not to do full play-by-play.
No, yeah, I know.
This stuff's wild. So
it's a roller coaster. My notes: what a roller coaster.
So okay, so Solo's gone through the Spanish announce table. Some more music hits. It's The Rock. We were expecting The Rock to come out.
He's like marching down to the ring, spouting profanity.
So
in comes the censor guy, MVP of the night apparently.
Oh, you might as well have just kept it on mute. Just kept on. Someone needs to have a word. He's the boss, so there you go. So he's in the ring. You've got John Cena facing off to him. You got The Rock takes the
weight belt,
the Mama Rhodes weight belt off, and he's about to start attacking when the Shield music hits. Which is another unexpected thing.
Wait.
We were kind of expecting Seth, but we weren't expecting Shield.
No.
But sort of nothing's happening for a bit. The Shield music is playing. And then...
Oh, no, I think... No, he hit rock bottom on Cena before that happens.
Yeah, I can't say everything.
Well, no, they're about to attack each other, and then the Shield... Well, Cena was already down
he's
that
got
point. But then he's got the weight belt. Yeah, so Cena's down. Cena's down at this point.
Okay. Cool.
And The Rock's kind of stood in the ring with this belt, and he's just kind of looking around the crowd like, where the hell is he?
And then, I don't know if this camera angle was on purpose or not, but like all you see is Roman Reigns flying across.
You see him enter frame and then exit frame, and it's like, what the hell was that?
And in the corner, you just see getting demolished Seth Rollins holding a chair. Like, oh, okay. He's in the full Shield gear. He looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like in and out.
It's mind games for Roman, isn't it?
It really is. And then, so The Rock's still standing there with this weight belt.
Looks like he's about to go to town on Cody.
Gone. Lights go down. Like, oh my goodness.
So, wait, what?
Could this get any wilder? Lights come back up. Undertaker standing in the ring.
Rock's staring up the ramp. He's like, where are you? Come on. He's like,
there's the classic turn.
Taker looks furious too.
So The Rock goes to hit the Undertaker. Undertaker gets him with a choke slam. Lights go out again. Lights come back on. Undertaker's gone, but so is The Rock.
Rock's nowhere to be seen. Now, I'm wondering if he just rolled out of the ring.
Maybe. But to me, he's gone to the hell dimension.
Because no spoilers on this, but you do see The Rock after the match ends.
You do.
So I'm wondering if he just rolled out.
Maybe. But they're gone. Left in the ring, you've got corpses, pretty much. A chair and the weight belt just lying there. The chair gets picked up by Roman Reigns.
He's kind of looking around like, where the hell did The Rock go?
You got Seth still in the corner. Cody, I think, still lying on in the ring.
Yes.
Seth starts to get up. He's leaning over the ropes. Cody looks at Seth and hits Seth with a chair.
Decides to go for payback for years ago.
Yeah, so it's mirroring what Seth did to him when the Shield collapsed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this gives Cody enough time to recover.
Gives him an opening.
So Cody, I say unfortunately for Roman.
Yeah.
Let me say that. I'm not on his side. Cody manages to get the 3 crossroads in a row, finally. Pins Roman and wins. The reign is over.
The reigns is over.
The reigns is over. The story is finished. It's about damn time.
1,316 days Roman held that belt.
It's a long time.
It's like, what, 3.5 years?
So, to me, this was a great match. And then you had a game of quick-fire WrestleMania moments.
It's almost a game of who's next.
It was. It's like, music hits, someone comes in, 2 moves, next music, in they come, 2 moves. It's just like one after the other.
And like there was so much, like Triple H tweeted out yesterday about night 2, and it was like 3:16 p.m. And then The Rock's total running time is 1,316. And there was another thing which I can't remember what it was, and I'm like,
there's something else.
Oh god, is Stone Cold going to show up 3:16? This has to be a coincidence, right? And it was just that, because Stone Cold didn't show up.
Snoop Dogg was saying, "Oh hell yeah," like 5 times. I'm like, could it happen? But no.
Waiting for that glass to hit.
Unfortunately,
that roof, if it had a roof on that building, would have gotten blown off if Stone Cold turned
That would
up.
have been the thing.
Imagine.
So this is an amazing moment for Cody. Brandy comes into the ring, they hug. You get John Cena, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Randy Orton, LA Knight, and Jey Uso also come into the ring, and they're all celebrating together. CM Punk comes along after that. Then Cody's family and John Huber's family. The late John Huber,
yeah. Luke Harper, WWE, Brody Lee from AEW. His son's -1.
Yeah, so they were there just like all celebrating in the ring.
Yeah.
Cody gets the mic and he wants to thank the 2 people who made it possible for him to be there in WWE, Bruce Pritchard and Triple H. So they come out. Triple H reluctantly, it seems, but he was fine. Once he gets called out, it's like, well, gotta go.
It's like Tony Khan. Tony Khan doesn't like it either, but if someone says, get your ass to this ring, Tony Khan, he's going to get to the ring, right?
So there's like a lot of hugging and probably tears. It was great.
Triple H was saying something to Cody, and he had him there for a good, at least a full minute. Yeah.
Which is great. I think it was going to probably be along the lines of you deserve this and that to be part of your moment kind of thing.
Probably like Dusty would be proud, something like that.
Yeah. It was great. And even like on the way out, Cody gets a moment in the ring to himself. And then on the way out, he's giving high fives to the crowd, but he's also hugging the cameraman. And Nick Khan's there, and he gets hugs as well.
The president of the WWE.
Is very serious looking man with a, I think, very serious looking son. I think probably son. The frown was so similar.
Yeah, they did look quite alike with the facial features.
Yeah, so that was WrestleMania. And what a way to end it.
In terms of the predictions, we both predicted Cody to finish the story, and we got that right.
Yeah. Imagine the difference in atmosphere if it had gone the other way. It would have been a wreck.
Talk about like when Undertaker's streak got broken at WrestleMania 30 10 years ago, you could hear a pin drop in that room. Everyone was just like,
yeah,
what the hell?
You can't
and it would have probably been the same with this.
Yeah.
Cody's fighting back so hard and then loses, you would hear a pin drop. That place would have all the air just sucked right out of it.
Yeah. There we go. That's that.
Yeah, that was WrestleMania Night 2.
Night 2 felt more WrestleMania than Night 1.
I agree.
By a long way.
all the matches were in some way or another top quality.
Yes.
In some way or another, whether it was like a wrestling fest or a spot fest.
Yeah. Or even just entertainment.
Or a fun fest, yeah. You know? But on the side of that, we do need to pick your least favourite match of the night.
My least favourite match
I already know what you're going to say.
Is the street fight.
Yeah, I have to agree, because it could have been a lot more.
It could.
And I really like Karrion Kross. He's like, I think he's fantastic. He's got such a future ahead of him. Yeah. If he's used right, that's the problem of it.
I think Bubba Ray Dudley ruined it.
Yeah, Bubba Ray shouldn't have been there. I don't believe Bubba Ray should have been there.
No, they could have done a lot more with it if they weren't just trying to reference his stuff.
Yeah.
They did it for reasons.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But it did sort of spoil it a little bit for me. Plus Snoop Dogg on commentary, I'm sorry, it's just not my thing.
And CM Punk on commentary.
Respect him in general. Yeah. Didn't enjoy his commentary. No. But that's fine.
Okay, what about best match of the night?
It's got to be the main event, Cody versus
Roman.
Just there were a lot of matches where, like, at the end we were like arms in the air cheering just in our living room. There were moments that had us like just exclaiming out loud. But this match is having a great match plus spot fest with just surprise after surprise. I think that combination just made that atmosphere really build up and gave just a true WrestleMania moment. The Damian Priest spot is a very close second.
Well, that's not a best match, though, was it?
No, it was a match, but it wasn't the best.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was not, so yeah. So
it's that sort of, it's the WrestleMania moment. That,
I mean, I predicted that would be the best match of the night that I thought. I still felt it went too long.
Okay.
I still felt that they took an hour from start to finish, and I'm like, God's sake, not again.
I felt that was, for me, that was sort of lessened by the different people coming in, sort of refreshing it a bit for me.
But like, you could have done that at like the 15-minute mark, not the 20, 25, whatever it was minute mark, and then the ending just felt way too drawn out. And I get it; he's having his moment. Yeah, he's getting everyone in the ring, and then he's talking. This like
they could have done that like after the cameras went off.
And that again, it would have been a nice little extra to draw people into the YouTube channel. I think for me, it would have been Drew versus Seth.
Okay.
Now, what would top that? Now, Drew versus Seth, I thought was fantastic. They knew each other. The chemistry was superb, absolutely amazing. The win for Drew, I was so excited for Drew to win that. I was so happy for him to win that. You could see that emotion on his face. But my favorite match, Io Sky and Bayley.
Ooh, that surprises me.
That was non-stop. It wasn't a spot fest. But it was pure wrestling start to finish. Yeah. There was no outside BS. There was no CM Punk on the outside. There was no distractions from CM Punk. There was no interference. Damage control wasn't a part of this. It was one-on-one, which is what it should be for a world title.
That's true. And we had the Hey Bayley song.
Yeah, and Io Sky is fantastic.
Yes.
And Bayley's fantastic.
Yeah.
And they really put out. And it goes to show that Bayley and Io should have main evented night one.
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
I do agree.
I will die on this hill.
That would have been a great main event for night one. So it doesn't have to be like as spectacular as night two, because that's the real main event. Right? But I would agree with you.
Yeah, Io and Bayley's my top match of night two.
Okay.
Cool. What wrestling event is next for us then? Tell the viewers.
I guess it's the one in France.
Wrong.
No, I don't know.
AEW Dynasty.
Dynasty. I
on the 20. Yes, I'm looking at the calendar.
This is fine.
21st? Yeah, I think it's the 21st of April, which is just under 2 weeks away.
Yeah. All right.
So we'll be covering that. And then, as Leanne rightly said, with WWE wrestling content, it would be
the France one,
May 4th, right?
4th of May, yes.
Yeah, cool.
May
after
the 4th be with you.
Yeah, after that, then we've got King and Queen of the Ring from Saudi, followed directly by Double or Nothing.
Oh.
That weekend's going to be nuts. Great. Okay, yeah, awesome.
Wrestling is alive and well, folks.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add to for our wonderful viewers?
I don't think so. Bring on the Paul Levesque era. More of this.
Yeah. Let's see a revamped Raw tonight, a revamped SmackDown on Friday night. Cody Rhodes is heading to SmackDown.
Yeah.
Damian Priest. Let the Damian Priest Judgment Day era begin. Or they're going to kick him out because he's successful.
No, because Rhea's also successful still.
Can't kick a woman out of a group. Feminists would have a field day. Take us away, Leanne.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified when we drop new videos. We do other bits in between the wrestling stuff. So we'll have some stuff coming up. So keep an eye out and join us if that's your kind of thing. Follow us on socials. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Our link trees in the description below with links to take you to those places. Talk to us in the comments and on socials. Let us know what your highlight of WrestleMania was. And if you know the person who had that sign, let us know. I think that's about it.
Cool.
Okay. Thanks again for watching. Until next time.
Just enjoy wrestling and stop bitching about the other companies.
Yes, do that. Bye!
Club.